Hello and welcome to the Sunday Brunch. Sunday Brunched it with Mel, with Chad, and with Keepsake. Mel is sick, got COVID. I have a mask on and gloves to be sitting here next to Chad so that he can play more Keepsake. It will be Chad on cam. Enjoy. Go ahead, Chad. I will talk in the background, of course.
All right, let's get started.
Yeah.
Dude. So last week I installed the patches and game's been solid since then, so that's been great.
Well, I mean, what time we played it. But yeah, I mean, it is solid and it seems to be running okay.
Is this not capturing correct?
You gotta go to main cap. Blood. Sorry about that. I was doing stuff last week. Use the scroll bar to get down to the main cap.
Keepsake. Kind of impressive. It had the gatefold and even a couple of pages. The only other game I've seen like that is the version of the Black Cauldron I have.
It has that inner pocket?
Has not only the gatefold, but it had like the instruction manual, effectively. And there's I think another variant of the Black Cauldron box that I think this is more like a typical Sierra box that we saw in like more like the mid-late 80s, where it was a slip cover. This one is not a slip cover. This one is kind of more like the black or the gray box versions of like King's Quest, of the gray box King's Quest, Space Quest 1 black box version. So this was like plastic and had the contents in there, so that was a little different that way.
We could do click on the train. Hold that, go up, scroll down, and you see all the sound clips there. Go down. There's one called Cookies. You have to scroll over, probably.
Put that cookie down now!
Somebody did it. A Wink did it for you instead. But there's also. Hang on. Sorry, I did touch your hand, but I just did Lysol. So. The Cookie Monster thing is.
C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. Oh, cookie, 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 start with C.
Winkers, put that cookie down now.
Settle down, Fela.
That's a good, appropriate response. You're set.
Oracle. Okay, yeah. Something about these stones we're going to be going into.
You have a puzzle.
Something like that. Here's my little skeleton fairy. It floats around the house.
It's our elf on the shelf.
Yeah, kind of like the elf on a shelf, except this one it floats around instead.
Scary fairy. But we don't have an elf for Christmas time. We are not one of those stupid elf people. In fact, we're anti-elf, so we probably would have him in very bad places.
Toilet.
Flush me in there, yeah.
Oh, that was a. You can see how it's cut out a bit. So. Yeah. Okay. 2. In each floating island stands a special stone with a dragon carved on it. Touching this dragon will make. Hey, some stones there's also a special mark composed of lines, some glowing, some not.
But didn't we?
You must reach the oracle located on the last floating island. The stones with their dragon carvings and special mark can unlock many hidden roads between the islands.
That's what it is with the hidden roads, right?
Country roads, hidden roads.
The damn good breakfast, Shad. Quinoa. Egg whites with a standard egg. Tomatoes, 3 peppers, and zucchini. And hummus.
Huh. Just saw this jump as well.
Ooh, we need
weird.
some more avocado.
You have to remind me later.
Mm-hmm. I got a small list of what I noticed. I didn't know they made ready cooked quinoa, and I found that out on Amazon, and it was actually working really well for me. It's because it's just enough and not getting wasted. I also got a sound effect for winkers. I forgot where it is. Oh, you know what? I know where it is. I put it here. I put my sound effects for Mike and.
Hello, Wink.
Yeah, jump 2.
How's your camera look? Looks pretty good. Right in the middle, which is nice. It's hard to tell when someone's not sitting in a chair, and then it's where you put the chair that kind of affects everything. And
Make the carbon glow.
Boobies, my kid, boobies. Booby jack, booby jack.
too funny. Yep.
Yep.
Good morning, Web.
Hello.
I caught COVID over the week, so I am not on cam as I'm wearing a mask to sit so close to Chad. Pretty much have had to self-isolate and stuff.
And bronchitis.
And bronchitis and some other slew of fun things. Body was rejecting being healthy this week. Anyway, so Chad's gonna be in the cam mostly, and of course he'll be on the driver's seat. Yeah, we pretty much hit the ground running, decided let's get this game moving on.
Yeah, okay, that disappears. Well, guess I'll turn that one back on. I don't see anything here.
How was your week, Webb?
round and round we go. See, is there anything else I'm missing?
He said the stones with the markings also count.
Yeah. And a couple of these, I'm not seeing any lines on them, only the first one. I figure out if there's hints anywhere about what you're supposed to do here, or if this is just poke at stuff until something happens. You see, there looked like there's a little island there, or something up here with a, it's like a dragon skeleton.
Yeah.
A dragon fossil.
Yeah. It looks like to me too. Said this one's gonna take you a good while. Remember you mentioned that last week.
So we got, this shows 2 glowing lines, and this is glowing. I can turn it like on and off, but I don't seem to notice if anything changes with
Did
that.
it take away a bridge? I mean, the whole, I thought they did added bridges or took away bridges. Week was all Week was all over the place. A lot of work at the beginning, and my apprentice leaving the company. Oh, that's always hard. How long has your apprentice been with your company? And is anyone else trained to take his place?
Or
her place?
oh,
Take their place. I'm sorry. I'm not always good with my correct with my pronouns. I definitely need reminding.
oh, well, that was different.
Morning, medicine hat.
Hey, Medicine Hat.
So I don't know if you heard or not, but I got COVID-19 actually over the course of the week. Somebody came home with it. We don't know who.
Wink.
We're going to say wink because she's around more people. But no one else got it but me. So I'm, masked, and so I self-isolated. I think this is day 3 of self-isolation. But I decided, yesterday I streamed, but I was in here mostly myself.
It's the scary fairy.
It was. And then I'm taking Pavolaxid, which is supposed to help decrease the symptoms and the duration. I've got about 2-3 days more left of that meds.
I think one thing that doesn't help is that you were also burning the candle at both ends and another one in the middle with your job.
Oh, a bit more than 3 years. He failed his first exam, stayed a bit thinking about retrying, and then left unexpectedly.
Wow. Okay.
So
3 years, that's a pretty good amount of time.
That is a good time, but he failed his first exam.
3 years is longer than
Did he
most
change-
jobs I've ever had.
Did he change careers? I had a friend who was some career, I can't remember what or if he told me, but he decided he wanted to become in the theater there in Germany. And so he totally had to beg the government, I guess, or whoever is in charge of setting up, whose work goes where, and he got the training. He got approved. He got the training because he knew after he'd worked in the field that they had assigned him that he wasn't going to be happy and he didn't want to do it for the rest of his life. AC, blame Mike for the sick. Hell, blame Mike. We often blame Mike. He's not even here, but damn Mike.
It's easier to blame. It's like being at work and blaming the person who's not there.
Yeah.
Or assigning stuff like, well, Bob's not here, so let's assign the tasks to Bob.
So not only did I get the COVID medicine, I also got the bronchitis and upper respiratory, lower respiratory. Yeah, but I've been mostly laying in bed and watching British detective shows.
BritBox.
A lot of BritBox. But I'm just like sitting here fine with my mask on. I've got gloves if I need to touch something. We've Lysoled everything down. Short of living in a bubble, and plenty of soup? No, actually. Some soup. We had some chicken soup that was with chicken and wild rice that I managed to make early in the week before I got sick. So I had some of that. But I'm still trying to do like my quinoa and my salads. And like even today I made a breakfast where I made a quinoa and 3 peppers and egg bowl with hummus. That's trying to eat healthy, but yeah, the doctor did say chicken soup too. That was the first few days. But since then, my throat doesn't hurt nearly as much. It was burning on fire when I went into the doctor, and I was like, something's not right. And last time, as you guys know, I managed to get that nice case of walking pneumonia from not taking care of it
2 months ago.
Yeah, I've been hit with everything under the sun and then some. But we also blame it on my age too. As my friend Toto, who came into the stream yesterday, I got to talk to him for several hours. I've known him since I lived in Germany many, 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 many years ago. And
she used to live near Stuttgart.
Yeah, Ludwigsburg, actually, but
I thought it was Kornwestheim.
I lived in Kornwestheim, but Ludwigsburg's closer, so it would be more Ludwigsburg area. Stuttgart, you had to travel to, so it was probably about 20-30 train.
Marking says off, on, turn off the dragon with the marking. The next 2 on, and you should get the next marking.
So AC wants to play this game. I highly recommend it. Make sure you download, if you do get the game, AC, or if you get acquired the game, that, because I think it's not even very expensive. It's like maybe a couple bucks.
It was like $1.
$1.
I think UK.
You already got it?
Oh, okay, yeah, I think it was.
Make sure you download the patch.
It was 79 pence or something.
If you need the link to the patch, I saw you got it because it told me when I turned it on today that AC had picked it up. So the patch is. We can send a link, or Web can send a link. Web also worked on the patch with another. Person.
Yeah, also check the just check the Steam page and the community notes, and there's the details about the patch for this game. And I did watch the video where what was his name, Nathan. It was so cool to watch him delve into fixing this game, and he used a tool, I think it was called a Gahidra or something like that. And I thought that was really kind of cool because I've done some kind of reverse engineering of some things in the past, such as, thank you, Gahidra. All right, thank you, Web. So AC, there's the details to follow that link.
That'll fix any clipping or any
the crashes.
Most crashes.
Yeah, we didn't see any crashes last week, so and that was really cool to see that link. What Nathan did to kind of figure this out and patching it, and even doing the looking at the assembly code. And I haven't touched assembly code really in
college.
Yeah, well over 25 years. Never really needed to do anything with that, but that was kind of cool to see how you could take a look at stuff and be able to figure out how to patch things, and just really figure out like what's going on. And sometimes it's kind of here's the hint, but sometimes those could be nice. Thanks to Nathan's work, it fixes all the crashes now. Awesome. Yeah, and this is definitely a type of thing, like, that was really kind of cool. I've done some kind of reverse engineering of things on my own. One job I had about 15 years ago, had learned how to sort of reverse engineer the macOS Finder, because Apple had really kind of reworked the Finder of kind of the technology that was underneath, where it had been still done with what was called like Carbon, which was more of a C-based libraries and frameworks, all the way up through macOS 10.5. With macOS 10.6, that was kind of considered not as feature-rich, but it was just more of like a lot of changes underneath the cover. And with a Finder, they had reworked it. And so some of the functionality you used to have with macOS 10.5 was lost. So if you wanted to be able to do custom badging of files and folders, or be able to have an extend a context menu, and Dropbox was a great case of somebody had figured out how to do this. And so it's like, okay, I know somebody knows how to do this. Now I need to kind of figure out how they went about doing that. And so that was really kind of fun, was you have to kind of go into,
What?
you had to go into, try to like take a look at find header files for the Finder, and figure out how to inject our own special things, doing method swizzling. So that was really kind of neat to be able to look into things like that. And then a couple of years ago, I started learning how, I was wondering, like, is there a way to reverse engineer the old Sierra AGI games? And these are games from like about 1984, 85 up through about 1989. So you had like the original first three to four King's Quest games, the first two Space Quest games, first Elite Lair game, the Black Cauldron, Manhunter, the two Manhunter games. Those were developed with what was called AGI, Adventure Game Interpreter. And there have been a lot of very smart people figure out how to reverse engineer that. And I end up finding a great video. Somebody showed, like, this is how I did it in Python. I end up recreating some of these scripts in Objective-C. And then there was also an application out there called AGI Studio that was written with the Qt frameworks, and that was available for Windows and Linux, and I did the Mac port of that. And so I was able to use that to then do an update for King's Quest 1, which is called King's Quest 1 Redux. So it's kind of interesting to just see how these old systems were kind of put together. Okay, Tutu and blank. I guess I'll keep that one on. Finger says Alex is being a loudmouth. Okay, I'll keep that one on, and then the next one I'll make sure it's turned off. At least she doesn't fall off these edges. If this was a Sierra game or a Mario game. I'm gonna turn that one off. Hey, Mike. Hey, Sunday. Sunday brunch fam, just want to come and say hi real quick. Can't stay though. Busy work day, not doing well. So, thank you very much. Good to see you. So hopefully you, hopefully your work day goes better.
Definitely, Mike. Hope the work day goes better. Much love to you as well. And we completely understand.
Off.
Yeah, Mike, thank you so much for all the subs and drop hypes and stuff. You're way too kind.
Off.
It's way too kind. And it helps the charity event that's coming up here in November 8th and 9th. So definitely you are the best. Thank you for the drop subs.
Hey, I don't want to go back here.
It also helps gets my hype train level up a little bit if anybody wants to spare a few bits for the community. For the charity. It's not for us. Chad and I don't take the money and keep it. We just put it back into the charity. Our charity is Children's Hospital of Colorado. It's through Extra Life, so you can donate to whatever, but it all works in the same pool somehow.
I'll look through this again, see what happens. Wonder if I have to go through that again and then just start turning things off, or if I did something wrong.
Then if you guys could see part of my shoulder, but not my face, I'm wearing my mask right now, so I didn't want to be on screen with a mask. Never did during COVID scare days. But I didn't have it either until now. But I'm wearing my Extra Life t-shirt. And 8 years of Extra Life t-shirts now.
Damn it, Mike, coming around, flashing your bits around.
This was an awesome, someone gives a subscription. Thank you, Mike Cade. Well, you can also thank Mike Cade by giving him a follow. Is always a nice way as well.
Now you got little icons there, Web.
There you go. Got the little witch hats for Halloween.
Okay. On, off. So what type of pudding? I actually made one yesterday. Well, I call it custard. But I took, it's almost kind of like a banana cream pie, what I made. So I made a vanilla custard, and I put bananas on the bottom, and then the custard, and then on top I put vanilla wafers. How would you describe a vanilla wafer? Sort of like a cookie.
It's a harder cookie. I think most countries have some type of vanilla wafer. It's more like a crisp cookie. In a way, it would be a biscuit because it's definitely.
Yeah, there was even things like graham crackers. I thought was interesting. Are not ubiquitous. Then we found out you could find like digestive biscuits were kind of similar. Oh dear, I think I forgot what I'm supposed to be doing. No.
Yeah, they are definitely more like a biscuit. They're firmer, yeah. So...
It's called Doppeldecker. It's chocolate on the bottom and vanilla on top. Interesting. And it sounds like a British bus as well. A Doppeldecker.
Well, the classification can vary differently where you are in the world. Vanilla wafers are a type of sweet, thin, crispy cookie. However, they also are referred to as biscuits, especially outside of the United States. The term biscuit is used for sweet, firm baked goods that are typically served with tea or coffee. As I mentioned, in these places, a vanilla wafer would fit in that biscuit category. A vanilla wafer is a buttery, simple dessert that originated in 19th century. The original recipe was created by a German-American confectioner, sold in Nabisco, which began producing them in 1898. They're known for their sweet, mild vanilla flavor and light, crisp texture that makes them the perfect standalone snack and a classic ingredient to desserts like banana pudding.
And that's what I made, yeah.
Yep, and he used them with banana pudding, banana custard, actually. Because you use eggs, right?
Yes.
And that's what makes it a custard. Oh, there's a hype chest. Hang on. Click on open. And get a little emote. I like that. That little choo-choo emote. Just press enter. Thank you, Mike, for the hype chest with your donations.
Thank you.
Everybody in the channel gets to use that one, I believe. Double-decker.
Yeah, and did we call the stack buses and trains double-decker as well? I guess you could have called some of the, like the Metro trains in Chicago. Would have been like a double-decker one as well.
Yeah. But we don't call it double-decker, we call it double-decker.
No, well, congratulations.
That was weird.
Yep, double-decker.
Double-decker.
2 off. Okay, on, off, off. Okay, so this one's on.
So AC, you're gonna have to let us know how well you like Keepsake now that you want a double-decker cookie from Germany, or do you want a double-decker bus, or are you wanting a vanilla wafer? They're actually, we have a company, so it's called Nilla. It's not vanilla, but it's Nilla wafer.
That's a bus, why not?
Go out and eat one.
Eat the bus. Be like that French guy who would eat an entire plane piece by piece.
It'll be a crazy video, you know, people be like, come see this British kid sitting there eating our bus.
Okay, we get to this point and looks like we're making progress, and we see 2, and it's like on, off, off.
Okay.
But then kind of brings up the question like, well, is it on, off, off? Because then if I go to the next one, which takes us back to the start, that one's is like off unless I'm going around in circles and say, okay, ignore what that other one said. On, off, off.
No.
No, that one's on.
Medicine Hat, how was your week? I forgot to ask.
Yeah, hers sucked. She was sick.
He knows. By now, Medicine Hat has gained that idea. That person in the front, or
No.
you have the alarm on?
No. Well, let's just try this. Say that, turn that one on, and the next 2 off. Star bars are my favorite.
Let me check to see what star bars are. AC made some cookies this week. He did a double chocolate. I don't know, I'm checking.
Never heard of Star bars. You have to go look that one up.
Doing it right now.
I was just thinking about a Australian
Cadbury
biscuit.
Star Bars, a British chocolate bar with chewy caramel, peanuts, crispy rice, all covered in Cadbury milk chocolate. Hey, you touched my phone.
Kind kind of looks a little like a Twix bar, but different stuff inside.
Yeah. Congratulations, Medicine Hat, on winning the Friday Night Magic tournament.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. That's something you've been doing for quite a few years, right? My week was pretty good. Last couple days were busy. Busy is good. Busy keeps you employed, right? Or busy keeps you going one way or the other.
Yeah. My job, it's a contract job, but it's kept me busy there as well. Yeah, versus my previous contract, still haven't. Aw.
He's entertaining. He's entertaining him.
Aw. Okay. Okay. On, off, on, off. Clap on, clap off. Clap on, clap off. The clapper. Yeah, I've been playing since about 2004, but it's a nice excuse to get out of the house and connect with people. Yeah, we have this really kind of neat store called the Wizard's Chest, which has lots of gaming, books, and peripherals, costumes, things like that.
But it also has the big gaming tables.
Yeah.
They have gaming rooms where people go in and they set up their gaming tables.
Yeah, I've seen things like that where people could go play, just whatever, go play Magic the Gathering or Warhammer or, whatever games they feel like playing. So, too bad Star Bars have gotten smaller and less quality taste, but still good. It's kind of what she says. She's like, I swear certain candy bars have gotten smaller as I've gotten older.
I don't know if it's our hands that are just getting bigger, and that's why
there's things I swear are getting smaller.
I think they found ways to
I think there's even things.
Ingredients.
Well, I think there's even some now. It's like instead of 12 ounces, now it's 11 and a half. But there are things. Yeah, everything got smaller, more expensive. Yeah, and there was actually one place at the Six Flags amusement parks. So you could get like a drink cup and keep refilling it. And I know that they actually started making it smaller because we had like an older cup from a previous year. And then I checked like the newer one and I was able to fill up like, the older one and then, filled up the newer one completely. And there was still some stuff left over in the older one. And I think it was like 2 ounces smaller.
Whoa.
Than the previous one. So that was that's about 58 grams.
Look how expensive it is to get Star Bars.
Pack of 32.
$27, but they come in. They're imported. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, and then it's showing a Twix.
Yeah, but then you can also do this one, like a $4 bar.
What is that? Just one?
Yeah, just one.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if the World Market might have that. So
yeah,
there's a place that's not nearby, but World Market sometimes has interesting snacks. Like they have Tim Tams.
Tim Tams. Which after I found Tim Tams were made with cockroaches, I was like, no, thank you.
That's the best flavor.
I don't want to eat any bugs with my chocolate. Thank you. I don't care if it's a delicacy.
Yeah, but
it's gross.
Yeah, when I was a kid, there was a cookies and cream Twix bar that I really enjoyed, and then they did come out with that again in the past few years, and I was like, oh, great. And I tried it. It's like, this isn't nearly as good as what I remembered as a kid, but it's hard to, even if you had one still from that time, it'd be kind of hard to compare it because it'd be like, oh, it's 30 years old. It's probably really nasty now, but okay, yeah, okay, let's see. Milka Alpine Milk Chocolate Bar increased its price from 1.49 euros to 1.99 euros and reduced the size from 100 grams to 90 grams.
I loved Milka when I lived there.
Everything's got a certain amount of insect parts, and it's just the nature of manufacturing. Actually, do we have a Milka right now?
I might actually. We have an international food store we found, and they had lots of different. Hello, guys. I'm on the cam. Don't know how that happened, but I'm on the cam. With my mask, as you can see. And anyway, and they had all different kinds of candy bars there. So it's a very big possibility that they had Milka as well. They, of course, have Kinder chocolate, but the Milka is just like it's quintessential to me. Is when I left Germany to come back to the States, in my bags, I had like several different Milka bars because I didn't know when I'd ever get a chance to have them again. Is that true, Medicine Hat, or are you just joking with me? I hate to think that I'm eating all insects. I don't want to even think about it. I think it's one of those things. It's better, it's like when you eat meat, and if you think really hard about it, and then you feel kind of bad in a way because you're eating meat of sorts, that was a live animal type thing. And I'm not a vegan. I'm definitely not a vegan or a vegetarian. I'm a very well-rounded eater, as long as it's healthy. And it never feels good to me to do it.
Vanilla wafers by Nabisco.
Right.
And I didn't find any Milka bars, but did find some different ones. So this one was from that European one.
European international
and this one,
market.
Yeah, this one was 100 grams, and it Golden Alps white chocolate. And that cost $3.50 US. And we have this Roshan True Dark Chocolate Brut. Let's see how. Oh, okay, that's weird. This one says it's 3 ounces, so about 85 grams. Oh, this is wild. So this one looks bigger. It's saying it's 85 grams.
Notice that's white chocolate.
Yes. This one, so the size looks different, or at least in the packaging. Maybe this one's a little thicker or a little more dense, but the golden white chocolate one, that one says 100 grams. So about 3.5 ounces. Interesting.
Figure as long as they're not open, they're still edible. But yeah, and they're made.
It's true, not trying to kill your appetite, but things happen and few things may fall in occasionally. It's not a noticeable amount or anything.
This is Russian U.S. Corp that it's imported to. But it's definitely clearly a different language. Romania, I think it's a Romanian. I think it's a Romanian chocolate manufacturer, Rolson. And
you see why, kind of like eating cheap pork pies and finding what seems to be chewing brain pieces and whatever else. Miscellaneous parts.
Nasty.
It's probably like not wanting to ask what's in a hot dog.
And this one's Switzerland, which I think Milka is Switzerland as well. I don't know that it might be German. I would have
don't
to
ask
tell
what's
us.
in your food. You won't eat anything anymore. Or it's you not trying to kill your appetite. Few things might. Yeah, especially things like Fanta. It's 100% chemical in the States, and Europe has different amounts of real orange juice depending on the country. Oh yeah, there's things like, I have to take a look to see if it's, but like certain things, like especially with like a citrusy flavor to it, like certain types of Gatorades and Mountain Dew, I think they had to do either banned or they had to do a different recipe in certain parts of Europe, because I think there was like bromated vegetable oil or something. I think that's gone now. But it was something that was banned in certain countries, but still was available in the United States for a while. But I think they finally got rid of that.
When my son went to Berlin, he found that everyone had Fanta on the menu. And that became the, like if you go to Florida, you often will find Coca-Cola. Not Pepsi, but Pepsi would be more rare for them to serve at a restaurant, and it would be all Coca-Cola. If you go Walt Disney World, it's always Coca-Cola. But like in Germany, it's all Fanta in quite a few places, and definitely in Berlin. And it's interesting to me that it has real orange juice. So the Fanta, I told him to try the Fanta and compare it, or actually at least try it, because it's going to be different than the Fanta we get here in the United States. He doesn't like that much, but he did give it a try, and he did say, yeah, maybe it has a little bit of a difference. I've also noticed, like, after I came back from Florida and after drinking Coke all flicking week, that's back when I actually drank pop, but I don't drink pop anymore right now. That the Pepsi has a little bit more sweetener in it. That makes it taste just a little bit different. I also told him to make sure he tries. Now, the Berlin beer is different than the beer I had when I was over in Baden-Württemberg area, because it's mostly, I drank Stuttgarter Hofbrau. And, but in German, the Berlin beer, I think, is like Stolitz or something I can't remember the name of it. So the story, how Fanta was created, is interesting as well. Invented in World War II, when Germany didn't have all the ingredients to produce Coca-Cola. But they do have like a cola Fanta of some sort, correct? It's when you go to like a guest house, you might ask for like a cola mit ice. I learned don't just ask for ice. You have to know that ice could be ice cream.
Cola mit ice. They were screwing with you.
Yeah, stupid American.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is very interesting. Also, the real orange juice. I'm glad I encouraged Brandon to try Fanta so he could try what it really tastes like. And it may have even been filtered even more than it was originally, but...
Yeah, versus, especially if you get stuff in a restaurant, a lot of that would just be, the syrup combined with...
That's pause, because you're in back.
So a lot of it's just the syrup combined with like carbonated water.
Spetsy.
Called Mezzo Mix, but also Spetsy, which is protected brand name by Paulaner. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I heard about Spetsy from the Angry Video Game Nerd about the Pepsi Man one. Okay. On, off, on, off.
Alex, what are you doing in here?
In.
For the day? It's noon.
Well, the covering keeps falling off, and it's just like, okay, I'm just
gonna windy outside.
Maybe a bit.
All right. So, AC, are you gonna go get yourself a Star Bar? You do, then think of us. But we could get one for $4 at Amazon to give it a try. Or, like Chad said, he'd be on the lookout for it, like at the international food stores of the world market. I wish that they had the food market, the world food market here. But they don't. They just have the regular world market that only has a small section for food. But I did pick up some Spatzel and some canola when we were there too, so you're gonna go shopping tomorrow and get some nice things. No, it's about time, right? You said it was about 2 weeks from the last time you went shopping.
Okay, that's off.
Should change my name of my stream name to Mel Loves Food. But the problem is, folks, I don't love all kinds of food. You need ingredients for flapjacks. I was talking about that the other day, the difference between saying pancakes and flapjacks.
Yeah. All right, awesome time. Yeah, in one of my university courses in geography, the professor asked like where we were. It's like, do we have an accent? And you know, most of us we're from that area, so we're like, nah, we don't have an accent. Yeah, yes, you do. But it wasn't just the pronunciation or your accents of, you know, different regions or countries, but it was also what words you use, like a flapjack versus a pancake, you know, a buggy versus a carriage, boot in the bonnet versus the hood in the trunk, windshield versus windscreen.
Yeah,
So
she's gonna need. I mean, I'll put on my gloves and I'll go help her.
Yeah, and then of course there's all right, woo. And of course there's the name for many different names for soft drinks, soda, pop, fizzy water. If you're a heathen from the American South, you just might call everything Coke.
Oh my gosh!
That is by far the most amazing thing I've ever seen in this school. The legend about the dragon's remains was true.
Do you think the part of the legend about the remains of these students in need is true as well?
I don't know, but I hope the Oracle can help me turn into a dragon.
Whoa!
Whoa! What happened?
I didn't see anything happen.
Look! After you wished to turn into a dragon, this big piece of moss appeared in my hand.
Okay.
Maybe this is what I needed to complete the Dragon Potion recipe. What do you think? Lydia?
I wish to be reunited with Celeste.
Dot dot dot.
Aw, hang on, Lydia. I'll do my best to make your wish come true.
Oracle moss, a patch of moss given by the Oracle. Yay. So. So one thing I've been doing, because it's October and definitely like watching primarily older